All right. Hey, we're here. We made it. An hour late.
That's better than I thought we were going to do.
Well, you know, you had a little faith. Gotta have more faith in that, man. Welcome to Fiftyone50 Podcast. I'm Art. I'm just JD.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize we were live. I thought we were getting ready to start.
I mean, I think we are. If you can hear us.
I mean, I know we're live on the social medias. I don't know if we're live on Twitch, but we're going to roll with it and find out in
live on
about
Twitch.
an hour.
Yeah.
So,
I know we're live on Twitch.
All right. How was your Memorial Day?
It was good. It was really good. It was hot. I rode out to Palm Springs. 2 up. I had my girl in the back, and it you can feel it as you get closer to the desert. The air comes from cold to hot. Because I'm on the west side. I live by the ocean. You know, we're by the ocean right now. Like, it's cool here.
What gets me is when we lived in Santa Monica, we lived right on the beach, and just going up to the top of the hill, there was 1 block, and there was a 6 degree difference in temperature.
Yeah,
it's wild. Just up a block.
Oh yeah, it's insane. But that's how I went. So I went out to Palm. I went to Palm Deserts and then rode to and from Palm Springs while I was there, just to have more fun. But yeah, it was great. You know, spent most of the time in the pool and the jacuzzi. My girl did a lot of mushrooms.
Nice.
I spent the whole time sober, so I was trying to I spent almost every holiday.
I'm calling bullshit on that. You spent the whole time sober?
Well, I smoked a bunch of weed, but I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
didn't have a beer or nothing. No White Claws or seltzers or anything. I didn't have nothing.
You drink White Claw?
I have. I don't. Right now, I'm not drinking, but when I do drink, I would drink a White Claw. I'm nothing against it.
I drink sparkling water, and I've tried the White Claw, and it's not good at any level.
I don't know. I like it. It's good because for me, it's like I'm getting less of a beer belly. That's that's the only reason why I do it. It's just all right, less of a beer belly, same buzz. You know, it's the same percent of alcohol as beer. I like beer. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't. When I drink a lot. I like to drink. You know, I like to do a beer and a shot.
Well,
then a shot until my beer's done, and then another beer and a shot, and then a shot until my beer's done. I drink.
Jack Daniels and Diet Coke is healthier than a beer any day.
No, exactly.
Weight-wise,
yeah, that's why I know you've lost a lot of weight.
I did. I still have a lot more to go. I'm at the halfway point, but a lot of that is beer, and the rest of it is munchies.
Yeah, for me, that's exactly what happens. I get drunk and I start eating a bunch, but also I drink a lot. And I've drank a lot for, I don't know, 15, 20 years now. So I'm like, all right, I'll take a break. Let's do holiday sober a little bit. see what it's like. I don't know. I also I was pretty much getting wild. I was getting too whiskey drunk all the time and just getting wild. I started just talking shit to people, thinking I'm just being fun. And they're like, no, you're being an asshole right now. I'm like, nah, you're just a pussy or whatever. So I had to really dial it back because more than 3 people that I respect told me hey, you're getting pretty wild when you're drunk. I'm like, okay, so let me tone it down a little bit.
Well, in all fairness, I had to quit drinking certain liquors because they made me break out. Seriously, it was a health issue. I break out in handcuffs and windows and doors.
So that's most of the Native Americans I met. If I drink, they're like, I can't drink because I break out in handcuffs. I'm like, oh fuck. Well, there you go. And I feel I felt like I handled my liquor for a long time really well, but then during the pandemic, I started drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And my roommates, they would drink with me, you know, but outside in society, they didn't drink like I was drinking.
There were a lot of amateur drinkers that went into lockdown that came out full-blown professionals.
Oh yeah.
It is wild. People that I have not ever seen touch alcohol are now a bottle a week.
Yeah. Oh, a bottle a week. See, that's pussy shit. I was getting I would go into the liquor store by my house and the guy would pull up a 750 of Jameson, just knowing
oh yeah.
He's coming.
When I drink, I drink a bottle at a time, at a sitting, but I don't measure anybody else's drinking by what I can drink.
No, exactly.
That's
a good call.
I grew up in East Texas where smoking weed, drinking, and tipping over cows was the only fun we had growing up.
Man,
and Buck can attest to that.
I respect cows too much to tip them. I used to. All right, listen. I lived in northern Nevada. There's lots of cows up there in Carson City, Nevada, Gardnerville, Nevada, Reno, all that area, bottom of Lake Tahoe. And I used to work in a place called Johnson Lane,
Right.
So like it's pretty country. Like right across was there's cow fields and stuff, and you can go to this little bar, which is really cool to go to, called the Little Genoa Bar. It's like one of the oldest bars in Nevada. And it's like a nice little neighborhood, but you have to go right by cows, and I would always honk my horn and cause little stampedes. They would just start running. It was so cool, like. But I still like, I know that's even mean, but I was like, I just couldn't tip a cow. I've had people ask me, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, that seems fucked up. Like, it's like going up to a fat person and knocking him over.
I mean, as a fat person, that's freaking funny.
No one's tipped you, man.
Oh, I've been tipped more than once.
Oh, no.
Yeah, more than once I've been tipped.
Well, I appreciate it. I just don't have the heart to do it.
Nah, well, it's just a little meat tenderizing.
No, exactly, right?
Did you... it's been talked about for months and months now, this Friends reunion.
Okay.
Am I the only person in the world that thought this was going to be an episode or a short little hour mini movie type?
What was it?
It was a fucking interview. That's
Oh.
all it was. It was people that did a show 20 years ago and still making $20 million a year talking about it and reenacting scenes from their heyday.
Was it like a Q&A? Like, did people get to ask?
I have no idea. As soon as I found out that it was an interview, I completely lost interest, and I was hyping it. I was pumped about the Friends reunion because I thought it was an episode, and I didn't even watch the Friends when it was on air. I didn't watch Friends until streaming came about.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I watched it on air. I wouldn't say I've seen every episode, but I've definitely like I kind of know the things, like, you know, they were on a break and Ross had a monkey and he never saw his child. He was like the worst dad ever. Let's be real. Like, if you watch that show,
I mean,
this guy has a son, kind of. I can't talk,
but I think that's almost every sitcom. I mean, if you take the characters out of a sitcom and you were to live around them and be around them in person on a daily basis, you would think these are the most miserable fucks that ever existed. Everything bad happens to them every day.
Yeah, I mean, that's life too, but like the real puzzling thing, I think everyone's thinking this is like, how do they afford these sweet apartments?
Well, they did cover Monica's situation, that badass apartment she had. New York City is notorious for these rent control apartments.
Yes.
That I think it's illegal too, but it happens a lot where they pass it down to their kids, their grandkids, and stuff like that.
Oh, for sure. Oh, that's how they got it?
Yeah. So
no idea.
she was probably playing 1970s, 1960s rent prices, and that big ass.
All right, but what about the guys next door?
Well, that's and look at the difference in the apartments from 1 to 2, just about across the hall.
That is true. Her
that
apartment's
was a whole different setup, a whole different thing. You wouldn't imagine those two apartments were in the same building.
No.
But that's New York. That happens all the time.
I'm gonna confess that I've never been to New York.
You've never been to New York?
Nope.
How in the hell have you never been to New York? Especially as a comedian, that's like the place to be.
Well,
look, New York is my second favorite place to do stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah.
London is my favorite place.
Nice. I've never done it in London. I feel like I'd be very funny in London.
You would be hysterical in London, and they don't care out there. I mean, you can rip on it, you can attack somebody in the crowd, and the crowd member is going to love it, and the crowd's going to love it. It's awesome. They get comedy out there. Nobody is super sensitive.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I mean, I don't like super sensitive people, but I also don't pay attention to them either. Like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you're sensitive. My plan was to get good at comedy and then go to New York. But right when I got good at it, the world shut down. I mean, I was already a little bit good at it before that, but still. Like, I started, like, a comic was taking me out on the road a lot. The headline, Dan Madonia, he would take me out. And so we were starting to travel, and we were like, basically we've done all of the Pacific West, and we were starting to migrate east, and then the shutdown happened. Like, I was in Seattle, Washington, when they were like, all right, everything's getting bad. Washington's a hot spot. Don't go there. It's going down. I'm like, I'm here. I'm like, what's happening? Came back down. My roommate was in New York at the time. He came back. So we were both at hot spots. We came and none of us got it. No one in my household got COVID at all. Like, and I was going out all the time, like biker events. I was at all these events. Everyone's there. I have to shake everyone's fucking hand when I see them. No COVID.
I think it's different for different people. I mean, I'm not somebody that gets the flu.
Yeah.
I never get the flu.
Me neither.
All right.
I've never got a flu shot either.
I went to a lot of the hot spots as well during COVID. I was in Florida when it was at its peak. I went back and forth to Texas because I have family there. When it was at its peak, we live in California, and it's three of the top 5 worst places to be. I've been, and I'm lucky.
Who's making these opinions on the worst places to be too? Come on, like I've been to some pretty bad places, and none of those places are the worst.
Well, I'm talking more COVID.
I heard COVID
numbers.
was allergic to Florida.
Everybody's allergic to a Florida man.
I have
That
family
was for
there.
you, Coke.
Yeah, I have family there. I saw Coke at a biker event, Rough Riders. He's a Rough Rider.
Yeah, I love Coke.
Yeah, I have family in
We
Florida.
are talking about a person. We're not talking about the powder. I do love the powder too, but in this context, we're talking about a comedian friend of ours.
Yeah, it's hard to say when we're saying Florida and Coke.
Well, there are some.
We are talking about a human being named Coke. Coke.
Yeah, I love Coke because now every time I see a headline that starts a Florida man, he's the first person I think of, and I usually forward him those articles.
Oh, I love that stuff. I love that.
Have you Googled a Florida man in your birthday?
No, but I need to. I have
You should do it, and next week tell us what it says. I mean, there's something for every day.
I'll check it out.
On my birthday, a Florida man tried to rob a vending machine, and somehow the vending machine fell on top of him, and he died. That's my birthday in Florida.
Poor Floridians, man. And I'm guessing Florida is a lot like California, where like a lot of the idiots come from out of state because it's just like warm. It's nice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're here, and then like. I mean, good people move there too, but I'm just saying that's the idiots that are probably doing this. Like, I think a kid born and raised in Florida is less likely to get eaten by a gator than someone that's retiring from New Jersey, and they move down to Florida.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean,
I have family there, and I've spent I'd say in a total of a couple of months probably in Florida, and it's fine. It's a fine place. It's muggy, but if you like fishing, it's a great place to go. You know, if you like hunting,
fishing.
you can do a lot of fun stuff out there. You can hunt pig and boar and alligator and fish, and it's a fun place. They got the Disney and whatnot, but I don't know. I'm not a big Florida man.
Well, because Florida is freaking weird, dude. I mean, they have this annual hunt every year now where people go out and try to catch and kill and capture the most and the biggest pythons.
Yep. They thrive in there.
There's a python. I mean, in Texas we have the rattlesnake roundup.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
In Florida they got the python roundup. They don't even belong there.
No, they don't. But they thrive there. When you release a python into Florida,
a python in Florida is like a Californian in Texas.
Yeah. See, this is another like they would thrive. No, this is what I've been thinking. Like I've been like. That's not a joke completely yet, but a premise I've been working on is like Americans, like, everyone's always like, oh, they're rough, they're trying to build a wall and shit. Like, Americans don't want anyone moving anywhere.
I saw that. That was freaking
like if an American moves to another part of America, Americans get upset. They're like, build a wall, they're coming, they're gonna ruin our things and shit. I'm like, maybe.
Care if you came from another country, we just don't want you moving around anywhere.
Yeah,
period.
Go where you're going and stay there.
I live in LA. I don't want any more neighbors.
Yeah, It's just so weird to me because we're Americans and people don't want us going anywhere. They're like, oh, where are you coming from? And I'm like, I'm a Californian, like, a real one, and like, I like that. I like that we're getting a good amount of hatred about that. We used to do like a lot of we'd ramp up the gang violence to scare people from coming here. That didn't work. We started paying all of our all the unemployed actors. We made them pose as homeless people. Those are all paid actors. Everyone, you didn't know that, but we're paying them to scare you from coming here. Like that is a fact.
Speaking of the homeless, have you done that in LA where you walk by and you see a homeless and you swear to God you've seen them on TV?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean that's a sad reality of it. I mean it's extremely common.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, and like sometimes they do just get little parts. I grew up here. Like I'm a West Side kid growing up here. I used to kickflip over bums all the time.
Kickflip.
I would skate over them, and like they edited into a video game one day, and I was like, that's fucking real.
See that you were kickflipping, we were cow tipping.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was kickflipping homeless. You guys are tipping over cows. No one's better. None of us are saints from that one, but whatever. That's how it is. I think the reason I'm really worried about tipping cows, I'm scared I'm not strong enough to do it.
Oh, it's super easy. You need to worry if you're fast enough to outrun them.
I've seen them run.
Because they will hop up sometimes, and they are not happy about it. But when have you ever tipped over a fat man and he'd be happy about it at the time?
Never, dude. I try not to. Unless there's a pool. I'll kick him into a pool. You looked hot! No, like, I spent some time around some real, like, Holsteins, I guess. They were, like, the red cows with the white faces. They look like they're wearing masks. They're really scary. And, like, I was on this farm, and you had to walk around on the cows.
He just described a cow as scary.
Yeah. Well, they are, because there was a baby cow around, and when I walk around, they all crowd around you to prevent you from being near the baby cow, which is very intimidating when all these cows that look like they're wearing white masks are like, and I'm like, all right. I mean, when I was on the quad, they would avoid me, but I'm walking.
You know how you keep a cow at bay? Just bring some ketchup with you. I know you're not playing.
Come on, bitch.
Look, A1 steak sauce.
This is some baby Ray's.
Baby Ray's.
Sweet baby Ray, get out of here. I ain't fucking playing.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. Like I think maybe one day I will tip a cow.
We're gonna do that. My goal in 2021 is to get you to tip a cow.
Yeah, but I'm gonna eat it afterwards. You know, I'm not gonna just let it go to waste.
You're not hurting my feelings.
That's my Native American blood. It's like we can't let it go to waste. We gotta eat it all. That's why we love hot dogs.
That's my fat blood that agrees with your Native American blood.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to start a thing to like no longer call them Native Americans. Let's just start calling them the OG Americans.
The OGs?
Yeah, because they were over here being free first, you know? They're all free and shit too, man. But whatever, you know.
Yeah.
None of that. We should be talking.
Yeah, we're going to try to stay away from politics. We're going to venture into it every now and then because that's just life. But
only to mock it, though. Yeah, I have no political stance.
No.
I don't vote on American Idol. I don't vote for presidents either. I don't give a fuck.
I'm more likely to vote for American Idol than another election at this point.
I only do local elections. I do my state and my local government. I vote in Inglewood. I voted for Mayor Butts. What's up?
Did you vote for him because you liked his politics or his name?
Name. And his politics too. Name, because let me tell you this: when that race was going on, Mayor Butts was running against some guy named Small. So there was signs over Small and Butts everywhere. And I was
when was this election? Did I not pay attention to it?
Like it was like maybe 2 years ago. It was the year before COVID when the election.
There was Small and Butts running in the same election, and I got no damn material out of that.
I know, right? Small and Butts were going. Butts won always. No one wants the Small.
I mean, just Butts running by itself is gold.
Oh, dude, and Mayor Butts is like in Inglewood. Mayor Butts, you guys can look him up if you want. He is a character. First, he got in trouble because his secretary, his assistant, was making like almost $500,000 a year. How does that happen? You know, like as a politician, that's not supposed to happen. And he got, I believe it was Mayor Butts. He wasn't driving, but his driver was in front of a hospital. He turned and caused this big car accident, and that's all on footage because it was in front of the hospital. So like I think his driver made a weird U-turn and like caused like a motorcycle to crash into a car or something. It was.
Oh wow.
He's Mayor Butts lets his presence be known. That's what I like about him.
Well, you have to with a name like that.
And the Butts family, like come on, little Butts Jr. Like I'm like this guy needs to run Inglewood forever. Baby Butts.
Baby Butts.
Butts Jr. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Is there a Baby Butts?
Probably. I mean, come on. He might even have an illegitimate Baby Butts too, like some side bets.
Some side bets. Some side butts.
I mean, come on. If his secretary's making that much money, I'm like, this is, you're more than a secretary for sure. She's a pretty lady too, so. I wonder how much do you make? Like, what mayor's assistant makes like $500,000 a year? You got to be doing something.
I don't think a lot of mayors make. I don't think governors of state make $500,000 a year. I think they cap out like around 200 at the highest state level.
Yep.
The highest.
You have to remember though, Inglewood is the city of champions. So we have the Los Angeles Forum there, the Great Western Forum there. There's the new SoFi Stadium. There's Hollywood Park. It's always had its its money making abilities. It has so many things there. Don't go to Inglewood though. It's horrible.
Assistants are making $500,000 a year, and we're paying $4.50 a gallon at the pumps. There's something wrong in this. I mean, I understand everybody. It's worth paying the high taxes to live in California, but I mean, when's enough? I mean, It's $6.20 on the water before the pipeline.
I'm proud I can pay it, and if you can't afford to live here, don't come.
This is California bullshit.
I'm proud of this
California
shit.
bullshit.
We keep it high. We keep it dangerous. Yes, people will shoot you on the freeway. Don't come here. Taxes are high, and no one likes you.
Well, you know the guy that was shooting people on the freeway. Yes, it's extremely dangerous. He was shooting with a BB gun.
Well, actually, there was a little kid shot and it was with a 22.
Oh, with a 22. I didn't hear about that.
It's really sad that a little kid it was just a sad moment. An act of road rage happened. The dude snapped a little bit, pulled out his gun and started shooting at a car, not knowing that there was a little kid in the back seat. And the mother said that the kid was just like, my stomach hurts, and it was just like pouring blood.
Yeah, okay, I do remember that, but that wasn't
sad.
That wasn't related to the same story where the guy that had the BB gun.
No, a BB gun. That's just gonna make people mad. I would pull out a real gun and.
I'm surprised. I mean, it would have happened one time in Texas. Now, you say what you want about the gun laws, but
I like the gun laws of Texas, But I also think it's funny that when shootings happen there, they just kind of don't talk about it. It's like, all right, it's like they happen.
I mean,
it's a part of having guns. I see the pros and cons of it. I love guns. I think everyone should have guns, and it should be fine. But it's sad when people go crazy and shoot at people. I would think that's sad too. I don't think that's the gun's fault. I think it's the person carrying the gun's fault. It's like I could go and run over people with my car all day long. We're gonna ban cars? Probably not.
No.
I think that guy has people like that have issues.
There is a very bad mental health issue going on. I mean, it's gotten so bad here. I seem sane in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
That's how bad the mental health problem is here. I seem normal, and if I'm the measure of normal, we fucked.
You're not what I use, but no, we might be. I think in reality, I think we're in a good place. It's just we have a time and the resources to complain about everything and be scared of everything. That shit was always happening, man. If it wasn't guns, there was dudes going through your town with swords, chopping you up. It was gonna happen either way. Crossbows,
I've seen a little of all of that here in Southern California. I've seen a guy with a sword out there in Santa Monica. It wasn't as disturbing as the fact that he was naked when he was wielding the sword. That was what really bothered me.
That's the one time no one's gonna tell you to put your sword away. When you're naked, they're gonna just be like, "Hey, let that guy do his thing, man."
He's out there just swinging that thing around. I'm like, I put some pants on at least if you're gonna be swinging around a blade.
I mean, maybe, unless you're confident in your skills, that's part of the showing off,
Just watching him walk around, I don't see him being confident in much skill level.
I want a sword on my motorcycle, like she had in Kill Bill. I'm like, dude,
nice.
that's fucking tight, dude.
Yeah.
I would love it, I want an American sword though, maybe like a fucking cavalry one or something.
A cavalry sword.
It's like, I'll get custard sword, baby.
Speaking of weapons on a motorcycle, I have a friend of mine, Buck Carson, and his son. They collect vintage motorcycles.
Nice.
And it goes back to, I think they have a 1908 or 1903 Harley. Oh yeah,
it's pretty much a bicycle with a motor.
I guarantee you they have. When I left Texas, they were at 90+ motorcycles in their shop, and they've been doing it since then. So I'm sure there's over 100 now. But they had a Army motorcycle, and in the sidecar it had a big old 40 cal replica. Wasn't a real 40 cal, but Mike would drive it around.
That's tight.
On Alaska and Livingston back home, and the cops actually told him, said, "Look, you need to put some orange tape on the end of that gun so people don't think." Who would think you would ride around on a motorcycle with a real 40 cal?
I mean, come on, this is America.
I mean, especially I can see it raising eyebrows in LA.
Yeah, but
in Texas, though,
I'm transporting it, man.
Yeah.
Deer big on
Deer are big in Texas. Depending on what part of Texas, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why you got to put a plow.
We got a friend of mine, Bug Padilla. He is here helping us with IT. Bug,
hey everybody, you can't see me.
You can't. Yeah,
hear
he's
him,
here.
Right? We didn't make him up.
Yeah, when I first moved to LA, I got excited because I found Buck, and he's from my same hometown, and I got super excited.
Yeah.
And then the son bitch goes and has a baby and moves back to Texas.
No.
You
I don't like wearing condoms either, dude.
But now, as of today or this weekend, you're back for good?
I'm back.
You back?
Oh,
He's back.
congrats.
I'm back
Congrats.
until Cali has until Cali gets until I'm done with Cali.
Until you're done with Cali?
There's so much of it. Biggest state in the union, second biggest, but
Third.
best. Alaska? I don't count you.
Yeah, I was kind of pissed off because
the
at
continental
first in
US.
school we were told Texas was the biggest state, and then we get up a couple grade levels and they said Alaska, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, nice.
Alaska is huge, and we claim that it's protected by the U.S., but I was referring to the continental U.S.
The
Excluding
main
Hawaii,
states.
Puerto Rico, Germany, France, all the other countries we own too, excluding them. All of that, Europe is just baby America. You know that. If you're watching this, you know that.
Oh man.
But like, I don't know. I love my home. I'm so grateful people are scared to come here now.
I don't get it. People back home talk all the time about reasons they don't like California and getting away from politics. It's the earthquakes and the wildfires.
Too scared, man. I love fucking world shit.
I-
That's rock and roll for real, dude.
I always ask the people, like, have you been there? And they say no. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with your opinion.
Yeah. outside the country, or outside of California, everyone talks bad about California. In California, we don't care. We're just like, all right, whatever.
No,
I'm just gonna go to the
California's
beach.
got the mentality. You don't have to like us. We don't really like y'all either.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're just going to sit over here quietly and not.
I'll still go there and drink your beer. I don't give a
That
shit.
goes with the whole thing where like Texans or Americans not liking other Americans like,
Yeah.
coming into their state.
Yeah.
Exactly. That goes.
Oh yeah, we're territorial. I don't give a shit though. I'm a rambler. I can travel around and I'm gonna go wherever the fuck I want. And I haven't been to New York yet, and I might go now because I heard it. Now it's getting fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's scared of it. I'm like, that's when I want to go.
That's.
It looked like if everyone's like, oh, what is that? What do they call that little strip that everyone goes to? Their town square.
Times Square.
Oh,
Times
yeah.
Square, yeah, Times Square. That's like a mall. I don't want to go to a fucking mall. Like that's so lame. If
No.
I'm gonna go to a mall, I'm gonna go to one in the Midwest that has a roller coaster.
Go to Central Park at night. If you like fear, if you like a little adrenaline rush, walk through
Yeah.
Central Park at night.
I'm a little brown guy. I'm not gonna have fun in Central Park at night. I'm gonna be harassed by the cops or harassed by the gays.
I don't
It's
even
not
think
gonna
the
be-
cops go in that son of a bitch at night.
Oh man, that's some pussy shit. That's why you should be defunded because you don't do your fucking job. This guy was mean to me. That's part of your job, man. I saw a meme that was like nurses, waitresses, like these people all have to deal with people being rude to them, yet they still get their job done.
I am never rude to the nurses.
No,
They are in control of your comfort and your pain meds.
A nurse gave me a sponge bath once when I was in hospital, and instantly after did it, I shat all over myself, and he had to clean me again. And I was like, this is the crazy job that I could never do, and I'm so grateful that these people have the hearts and the compassion to go out and do that job. I love everyone in the medical field, except for plastic surgeons. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are cool. I don't like the people that are like the holistics of the medical field. I'm not trying to cure my broken arm with a fucking crystal. It's not gonna help.
So, how, if you were in there for a broken arm, did you shit yourself?
I didn't have a broken arm.
Oh, okay.
How I got into the
Okay,
hospital
okay.
is I got salmonella because I'm an idiot and was eating really old beef, and then I had gallstone problems with my gallbladder. So when the salmonella hit that, it spread all over my body,
Ooh.
and then I started to go into sepsis, and my organs started to shut down.
Oh, wow. I just had a friend who, we almost lost him. He went in for pancreatitis and he got sepsis real bad, and they kept him in there and for probably a month and a half. You know Bone. Doug Bone?
Doug Bone?
Yeah. Buddy of mine. But he got super, super sick. I mean, it was, we thought it was done for a while, but he pulled through. As soon as he regained consciousness, they kicked his honorary ass out of the hospital. So
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like I was in there I don't even know. I remember going there, and I was out. I think it was maybe like a week or something. But it's basically once I started to be awake, like as far as I was awake there, I was awake and I went there. They drew my blood, threw me into surgery right away or whatever.
Right.
And then I woke up days later. I don't even know. And then by the time I was up that evening, they were like, all right, you could go. They put a catheter in my arm that went straight to my heart.
Ooh.
And I had to give myself like intravenous antibiotics, and then I had to flush it first. So I had to take a syringe full of like a flush, push it into there, so it flushes out this whole system. I could feel it going right into my heart. And then take that out, put my medicine in there. You know, have to check for bubbles and shit. A nurse came to my house to show me how not to kill myself. She's like, here, get these bubbles out, make them like this, do this and this, make sure there's nothing there, and go for it. And I do that for like 2 weeks, like 3 or 4 times a day. It was pretty rough, but the reason I was most mad is because I had all these 420 shows going because it was around April.
Right.
And I fucking, right like April 19th, I was like, fuck, sent to the hospital and shit. So I spent all of that just fucking, didn't get to do any of those shows. I had like 3 shows booked that weekend, all gone. And I don't know if I'll ever get booked on them again because they're like, this guy just flaked on me. And like, you know, I didn't know, I wasn't able to like text like, hey, I'm really sick, I have to go to the hospital. You know?
Right.
I was like dying in pain, and then my mom showed up at my house randomly and was like, you gotta fucking go to the hospital. So I was out. I was in no communications. A couple of my friends said that, like, I guess it was right before surgery that I sent a couple of Snapchats all doped up, like, hey, I'm going to surgery. So like 3 or 4 people got that message, and that's it. I was incommunicado. And like those bookers, just, I've never heard from them again. So I'm like, yeah, sorry guys.
Well,
I know you're watching this.
If they don't know the story, then maybe they'll know now.
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully.
Speaking of the 420 shows, are you doing Jokes and Tokes this year?
Yes, I am. I'll be doing that up in Humboldt. So October 2nd, I'll be in Humboldt County doing the token jokes, and then on October 1st, I'll be in Eureka, which is also in Humboldt County, doing Savage Henry. Those are October shows, though. I'm going to have way more shows between then.
For those that don't know, Humboldt County is the Sonoma Napa Valley for weed.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, also, there's good people out there. There's beautiful beaches. There's the redwoods. I love going to the redwoods because it's like humbling as fuck to see trees so goddamn big.
Massive.
Like I don't like, if you've never been to the redwoods, it's really hard to explain. But like not even a big redwood once had a crack in it while I was walking through it, and me and 8 other people went into that crack and smoked a blunt. There's video of it somewhere on my Facebook. You can go look for it.
Almost been funnier if you went into the crack and smoked crack.
I know, right? Damn it. I don't smoke crack, though. I don't condone it. I mean, I respect anyone who's selling it or whatever. Good job, making them money.
Get your hustle on.
Just, you know, I feel bad for the people that have to buy it. It's a very addictive thing, I hear.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done it, and here's my thing about it. Because it's so addictive, it must be awesome. You know? This must be the shit. You can just, I don't even want my teeth anymore. Just give me that
heroin. I mean,
oh, yeah.
Chris Porter, he's a very funny comedian. If you haven't seen him, you should check him out. He does a damn good joke about if he ever lives to be 80, he's going to do heroin. Because at that point,
oh yeah, I have the same plan.
And he talks about how great it must be because he smokes weed and he has never smoked a joint and said, you know what, fuck it, I don't need a place to live.
Oh, all right, fuck.
I'm gonna spend my rent money on drugs.
Yeah, I mean, and the sad part is, from what I understand, is heroin's very cheap.
I have no idea.
I've heard it's cheap. Crack's cheap. Cocaine's expensive. I think cocaine is probably the most expensive drug you could do. That I know of. I know those the people out there are scared of the adrenochrome or whatever. It's like that might be the most expensive. I don't even know where to buy it though or anything, but I'm sure you can get it in Hollywood, right? That's what they say. That was really funny. Over the pandemic, how a lot of people were like really into the QAnon thing and like
right,
and like all these fools stormed our Capitol and got. I'm so mad about that. Like, I wish we could give a public spanking to all those motherfuckers. I was tricked by the computer. So what? You get a spank too. They're like, fuck you guys. Fuck you for raiding my Capitol, you bitch.
Yeah.
All you fools.
That's just going down a wormhole.
Yeah. It was just really funny at first, and then it became really sad because some people were really just like all about it. I'm just like, man. I just don't want other countries thinking they could come to our fucking capital and do that shit. Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that no one put a spanking on those motherfuckers.
Yeah, the whole political environment is shit.
Yeah, I know, man. It's horrible.
I mean, I used to love talking about politics. I avoid it like I owe it money at
I don't
this
know
point.
anything about it. I remember Bill Clinton got a blowjob when I was a kid and everyone got mad at him, which I don't even, like, why? Why? Why are you mad at that? fucking leader of our country can't get his dick sucked.
I miss the days when a blowjob is the worst political news.
I know, like,
that
why
there was.
are you all mad?
Yeah, I mean,
Only Hillary should be mad. Everyone move on. But now, yeah, politics is not for me.
well, not to change the subject, let's change the subject.
Yeah, please.
Where are you on this electric car fad?
I own a Chevy Volt, which is a hybrid electric car.
A hybrid electric? Okay.
And it's fucking dope. I call it my electric Camaro because like I used to have Camaros and like they were very like sporty kind of cars, and this car is luxury and it's fast, man. It's fucking stupid fast, and just in normal mode. So there's like eco mode, normal mode, sport mode, mountain mode. There's all kinds of modes. If you put it in sport mode, the thing is stupid. It's
really?
fucking stupid fast. It's all right, you know. I think it's cool concept. Electric cars are a very old concept. Those were out at the same time as the combustion engines too, way back in the day. The combustion engines took over because they outperformed them at the time. Now it's getting better. They seem pretty cool. I don't know. Like I'm not for. I think they're cool, but I don't think they're gonna save the world. Like people People are like, oh, it's better for the environment. I'm like, but to make the batteries for that car is so crazy.
Yeah, that's a bad part. It's a different type of.
Yeah, but I think it's cool. I fucking why not? The only thing I'm mad about is like all these Tesla charging stations are where the handicap stations used to be. It's like, oh, if you could buy this nice car, you could park up front and get free electricity. And also I don't like that the Tesla stations only have for Teslas. Like there's every car company almost now has an electric car. None of them will work at a Tesla.
Really?
Yeah, they won't. They all have different connectors.
I didn't know that. I have been, when I say anti-electric car, I'm referring to for my garage. I don't want an electric car because they don't have the range. There's fewer charging stations than there are gas stations.
Oh, I know that.
You lose power. There's
Goes fast.
There's a million things where electric cars aren't for me.
No.
But I'll be goddamn afforded in trying to change that shit.
I know, you sent me that.
Ford has come out with an electric truck, and I laughed, like a lot of you are probably laughing right now back in Texas. But when I started looking at this thing, this is one of the manliest things you can get. This
better than that cyber truck Elon tried to shill out to people.
This truck, it looks just like the regular truck. So I think a Ford F-150 combustion engine has 440 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. The electric version of the F-150 has over 500 horsepower.
Oh, yeah. It's all torque electric engines.
Sure, and it can power your house in case of an outage. And if you're in Texas, that shit happens. Hurricane season is here.
Yeah, it's over.
Hurricane season is here.
Yeah, why don't you stop complaining about other states and take care of your own shit? Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Bringing down the house. Yeah, we'll find a better place for these eventually.
Yeah.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Big feet. Big feet.
Not just can you power your house. I mean, this is a work tool. I mean, you can take it to a job site and run your power tools. This is a generator. It's a big generator. Not just a little one.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a work tool, and the best part about it, though, what I love the absolute most, $49,000.
That's really cheap.
Teslas you can't touch a Tesla for less than 80.
That's why, dude. It's for snobby people that want to feel superior to people. The Tesla brand. That's all I feel it is. Like this fool for some reason got allowed to dig holes under LA and then up and moves everything. So now we just have holes there, and the whole plan for that was to put one car at a time, Teslas, in there and move them along. When we have subway systems that can move hundreds of people at a time. It's like this guy I don't know, I feel like he's just like a real clever scam artist, He's like, yeah, let's do this, the Elon Musk guy. I feel like he's just clever, like that Cybertruck, he made everyone pay for it in advance. None of those fools have their truck. That was like 3 years ago.
He's like a real Bond villain.
He is a Bond villain. That's how I feel. I'm going to dig holes in the earth.
The best thing about
he's testing his mining equipment, that's all.
The best thing about that Tesla truck is when he was showing the shatterproof glass, and he threw that brick at it, and the son of a bitch just fucking exploded.
Yeah. He's a fucking scam artist, bro. He's rich, so it's easier to scam people when you're rich because they trust you. You know, like when he released his Roadster car, he just basically imagine the electric car is like a skateboard, right? And it has the electric engines run the wheels, right? And you can put whatever shell you want over it, like a RC car or whatever.
Right.
That's basically what he did. Yeah, he just takes his regular Tesla platform, puts the sportier Roadster on it. Look how cool it's gonna look. This thing's he says it's gonna be 0 to 60 in 1 second or whatever. And he just says all these stats, doesn't prove it. Shows a shiny car that can roll out because he put it on one of his other platforms, those Teslas that work. Rolls it out, tells people, if you want this, you got to put $5,000 down, $10,000 down, and then you can get them when they're ready. So if thousands of people are giving you $10,000 each as a down payment, now you just have all this money that you can do with whatever.
So you gotta put 10 G's down.
Yeah. To get a car that doesn't exist yet.
You know what it takes to make a reservation for the Ford F-150 electric? $100.
See, bam.
$100.
And they probably already made the car.
That's 2 drinks in LA.
Yeah.
$100 was 2 drinks in LA.
Oh yeah, I get the big ones too.
Oh man, what's your favorite place to eat in LA?
Ooh, well it depends if we're going breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Breakfast, I love to go to the Serving Spoon in Inglewood. It is the shit, man. It is fucking.
The Serving Spoon.
Serving Spoon in Inglewood is so badass, and it's kind of cool because a lot of black celebrities go there.
Oh nice.
Yeah, I love like
the Serving Spoon.
Yeah, Serving Spoon in Inglewood, man. Obama's been there. You know, even Don King's been there. Like, you'll see they put pictures of it. It's fucking really bomb ass food too. Like that's a breakfast and lunch situation. That's so good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ride out there one day after the show.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it gets packed, but it's worth it. It's worth the wait. Also love, I love the Shack. You've been there.
Oh yeah, Shack is
Shack's a
the
great
bomb.
place to
The Shack is the second best burger I've had in LA.
That's so good. I mean, if you want, it's a tricky question because here in Los Angeles, I mean, I don't know now after the pandemic, but there's lots of barbecue places. There's lots of steakhouses.
No, get the barbecue out your mouth.
That's all right, man. I'm not driving to Texas to get a barbecue, bro.
Dude, I have yet. Let me take that back. I forget the name.
Baby
of it.
Blues.
No, Baby Blues is not. They got that liquid smoke taste. I'm not saying.
What about Santa Maria barbecue? That fucking.
I don't think I've tried Santa Maria.
Santa Maria
I found this place.
Style.
I found this place during the pandemic, and it was over just north of Compton, I believe. And that was the one and only good barbecue that I found in almost over 4 years. Over 4 years, coming up on our 5th year. That's the only good barbecue I've found in this area. And I've tried several places. It's just not good here. And then maybe it's all right. And I'm just used to Texas barbecue.
Yeah, that's just all propaganda, bro. Barbecue's good anywhere you go.
No, it's not.
The reality is
my problem here is there is not a single barbecue place that I've been by here in LA that has actual smoke coming out of the building.
That's why you gotta go Santa Maria style. It's all smoked over. They use redwood to smoke it, and that's their style of.
Where's it?
Well, everywhere in Santa Maria, California, they do that. But I believe in Culver City, I can't remember the street. It's on Washington, and there's like a giant church there. And there's a cross street, and there's a little Santa Maria barbecue, and I worked for them as a delivery guy when I was like 19 years old or something, and they've been around for a long time because I'm old as shit, and 19 was a long time ago, and their barbecue is legit. They do smoke it with real wood. I've seen them every day. They get in there and do it. It's bomb. There's lots of hole in the walls areas like throughout Inglewood, South Central, Compton that all have like pretty bomb ass like low key. You wouldn't even know it, dope ass barbecue, but it's hard. It's hard to.
I need to hang out more out there.
Yeah.
And try the food out there.
Well, I'm telling you, man.
This food on the west side when it comes to barbecue.
Yeah, you kept me in the marina and get good. They'll smoke you. They'll give you a fish taco, no problem. No, I'm just saying for barbecue, it's not going to be that great here. You want to go into more of like the inner west side cities. You know, like I was saying, Inglewood, South Central, Compton. Just LA itself, like LA proper, I don't know, mid city.
There's only 2 things I've been to Inglewood for. My barber is there, she's amazing.
That's what's up.
And the Hollywood Park Casino.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till that opens up.
It's open, bro. It's open. I was there.
Can you drink and shit?
Okay, here's the thing. It is open. And you can get drinks, but you got to get up from the table, go into the bar, have your drink, and then come back and sit down at the table.
That's lame as fuck. When I was 21, I spent 9 years living in Northern Nevada. That's real casinos. I mean, I would go to a bar there, and it would be $1 for any drink. It didn't matter. You want top shelf, low shelf, whatever you want, $1.
Well,
that's if you weren't putting money in the machine, because then it's free. They bring it to you.
That's on them, because we stay there. A friend of mine,
Hollywood
Jonathan
Park needs to step
Solomon.
up their game, bro.
Jonathan Solomon, a friend of mine, we went there, and it's on them. I cleaned house because I did not have a single drink. I did not get up off that table. I did not get drunk, so I did not play stupid. I kept my money and grabbed everybody else's. That's on y'all.
That's pretty good, though. I like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hollywood Park used to be a racetrack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it used to be a horse racetrack, and my grandfather would go there all the time. He used to live by there. They tore down where my grandfather used to live because they built all this stuff, new stadium, SoFi Stadium. Hollywood Park has switched sides of the streets. Now it's a lot bigger, but there was a huge racetrack there. My grandfather was murdered there. He loved to go there so much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it was a good time there. Hollywood Park. Now
My
it's
grandfather
Hollywood
was
Casino.
murdered, and it was a good time there.
Well, he
Separate events, right?
the park didn't kill him. People that I'm guessing he won, and they kind of saw him because he was found pistol whipped and brain dead on the side of a street. So I'm guessing he left. He won. Someone got him. You know.
That's
But the park itself was fun as fuck. You know, I'm sure my grandpa's ghost would be there if they didn't tear it down. You know. He loved that place.
I don't think the ghosts go just because they tear it down. I think
maybe. He's just there
have you not seen Poltergeist?
I'm in a Walgreens.
Damn, have you not seen Poltergeist? They put a house on the son of a bitch and the ghost took over that son of a bitch.
I know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I actually go check it out. You know, but I my grandfather loved it. I love going to racetracks. I mean, I'm not like a huge bettor, but they're always good times. You know, you watch the horses, you go meet the horses. You know, make some bets if you want. Have good drinks. There's usually I'd go as a kid, and there was you can go under the track to the middle, and there was a little park for the kids to play and shit. It was fun.
Okay.
Always had good times at the racetrack. But I haven't been to the Hollywood Casino yet, and that's literally down the street from my house.
So, I mean, those are really the only two things I've been to Inglewood for. Barber and...
I'll take
I gotta go to the casino to make money to go see my barber.
Well, yeah, we'll go. There's a couple of nice little barbecue places right on Centinela near the Serving Spoon, and I'll just go check it out. And there's two things I haven't gone to yet that I really want to go to. There's a place. It's a cheesecake place. It's like Marie's Cheesecakes or something like that. I want to go there so bad. I haven't gone. I keep driving by it, and right next to it is a Philly steak place that I haven't gone to yet. But I'm like, I ride a motorcycle. I smell every restaurant I pass, and I'm like, this fucking is always good.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, and we smell whenever you're smoking a blunt or in your car, we can smell it. If I ride by you, I can smell your weed, and I love that.
Best burger in LA.
It's hard. I really do love the Shacks. The Shack burger is so good. The Playa burger, it's bacon, avocado. It's all fucking so good.
I'm gonna put this out there. I tell everybody, no, screw In-N-Out. In-N-Out's trash, and they're cardboard French fries.
You gotta get them. Ask for them twice fried.
Twice fried?
They'll twice fried. I haven't had this yet, but people tell me they say that's the way to go.
I mean, they're as bland as boiled potatoes.
They are. They're just smashed potato and fried right there. It's nothing more.
No, the best burger I found. I tell everybody this: Hamburger Mary's.
I have not been there.
I'm going to tell you what, this is the gayest place in the world, and I absolutely freaking love it. I love taking all my friends and family that come to visit from Texas to there just to fuck with them. We took my wife's best friend.
Nice.
She came and brought her to, I think Dylan at the time was 18, 19 years old. Austin was 21. We go there and we're sitting down on the outside patio, having a good time. And they're having I think it was drag queen bingo. We have every Sunday.
That's so fun. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a fucking party and a half. But Dylan, the 18-year-old, he's like, yeah, I've got to go to the bathroom. I tell him, look, it's in the back right corner. So he goes back there, and this boy, he has not gone 30 seconds and comes back white as a ghost. I'm like, that was quick. What happened? He goes, I found the dressing room. This poor boy was not taught what he saw in Texas anatomy. There were boobs hanging on a hanger. Mm-hmm. The whole chest piece. Oh, yeah. This poor boy had never seen anything like that before, and it was the funniest thing. It tickled me. But it is the best burger around.
That's funny. That trips me out. I mean,
I get it's called the barbecue burger.
Barbecue. Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue.
After Barbara Bush.
Yeah, that's
Have Barbara's Bush.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, like I literally grew up probably 2.5 to 3 miles away from Venice Beach, and I would go down there, surf and skate all the time. I have seen it all, you know. I've seen a guy accidentally cut his hand off with a chainsaw trying to juggle him. I've seen drag queens like pretty much always. Like I've seen all kinds of crazy shit just at Venice Beach. So when I go everywhere else, I appreciate it, but I'm never blown away. Like when I went to Chicago, I go to Chicago often, but one of my first times there, I was trying to hit some mics and stuff, and they're like, "Don't go to this area and shit." I was like, "Why? Like that's the ghetto." I'm like, "That's my briar patch. I'm okay in the ghetto.
That's where I belong.
I'm comfortable here. Why? I'll walk down the street. No one's gonna ask me why I'm here. It'll be fine." Every place.
But see, I stick out. They always ask me. And then I get to talking. They're like, "You good?"
Yeah, no, I like that. I like those like the gay area in San Francisco, like the Castro district and stuff. I go down there. I'll fucking have a great time, man. It's just funny that would scare. I mean, I could see how it'd scare you if you've never seen it before, like that, and it'd be like, whoa, they're gonna turn me into a drag queen or whatever. They're gonna put a bra on me. I don't know.
That's one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time when I go back home is if I've ever been hit on here in LA.
Play a dude.
Yeah, and
it's a compliment, man.
Yeah, I have, and the next question is always the same. Well, what do you do? And so, well, that varies. I mean,
it's like I came into their hypnosis and sucked their dick.
It changes from situation to situation. First thing I got to ask myself, is it a cash bar or an open bar? Then we go from there. If it's a cash bar, I flirt back because drinks are fucking expensive here.
Yeah, might as well get something out of it.
Women have been doing it for years. It's our turn every now and then.
Yeah, equal rights. I get to flirt my way into a drink or two, huh? I've had gay guys hit on me, and I've always just found it flattering. I've never thought they're gonna trick me into it. Like I'm like, hey, thanks, man. It's not my style, but appreciate it. It's a compliment. It makes me feel I'm handsome. I guess it's a compliment. I don't like. It's not a trap. It's not like a tractor beam, like a spaceship. Like I got you, fool. Like you're snared.
I've actually we used to live in West Hollywood, and we were walking down the street, and a gay guy made a cat whistle at me, and then complimented me on how I was dressed at the time. I forget where we were going, and I immediately turned around and looked at my wife, and I said, "Would it fucking hurt you to pay me a compliment?"
Right, exactly. Better treat me better. I might walk out with this dude over here.
I've had options in LA, as Fluffy would say.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's what's up, man. Like, it's a weird place. Like, I grew up here. I spent 21 years in West LA, and there was parts I still never been to. People are like, "How have you not been there? You grew up here." I'm like, "This is LA. It's not a small town. I can't go everywhere. Yeah. It's impossible. It's impossible. You can live here your whole life unless you've sent a mission like." I'm gonna walk to every place and go to every that's good luck, dude.
But people gotta quit being stupid. If you say I'm from LA or I lived in LA or I'm from Texas, I lived in Texas, they're gonna say, "Oh, I've got a friend or family that lives there. Do you know so and so?"
Right.
Seriously, from Texas or Los Angeles. I mean, millions of people. Yeah, I know that one person.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
and it's everybody does it. I do it.
Mm-hmm. I like to fuck. Oh, do you know Britney Spears? You're from LA, right? Yeah, man, I'm friends with all of them.
I was in the Navy. And there's thousands and thousands of people in the military, and it's like, oh, I had a cousin that wasn't. You know him? Like,
man.
No.
First of all, they should only be thanking you for your service, which I'm about to do right now. Thank you for your service, and everyone else. That's why we had the long weekend. We appreciate that. I have family members that are still serving and have served in the past. It's one of my great grandfather's favorite things to do was kill don't, we keep it going, man. Like, why not? Why is everyone like, don't don't say punch a Nazi. I'm like, me, what? Confront, if it's tattooed on their skin, they probably are. If they're just saying, I don't think Israel should be doing that, maybe they're not. There's a fine line between that. I'm just saying, my grandfather used to kill them, and I'm grateful for him.
In the Great War too.
Yeah, we came out all right. That's right. I'm all right. I have all my hands.
Back World War champs.
Yeah, exactly. With the world champion dudes. Last time everyone tried, we won.
America.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I love this country. I'm grateful for it. Like I feel bad for all the people that they talk down to and mistreated, because it's hard to go and say I'm going to give up my life to help out something else. Because a lot of people don't know this. Like when they just see GI Joe and they don't know GI means government issue. You're property. You give up yourself for something else greater. And if you're able to do that, I'm a pussy. I couldn't do that. I wanted to be a firefighter. Then 9/11 happened. I was like, man, maybe I'll look into radio. I was like, I'm a pussy, dude. I'm not going to do that.
I'm 44 years old and I did not know GI stood for government issue. I
GI
thought it was something like general infantry or something.
I mean, it probably could be for that
generic infantry or government issue never crossed my mind. That's fucking disturbing, actually.
Yeah, there's literally, I'm sure you can contest this, there's like a point of no return. You can sign up and you can go for it and you can walk away, but there's a certain point where you can't. You're now theirs. You walk away, you can go to jail for that. Yeah. They will imprison you. So it's a brave thing, and I love everyone that's doing it. I'm encouraging my son to go in the military. He's like, I don't like anything. I don't like to do anything. I'm like, fucking go to the military then. Travel the world and see what's up. You know, go join
my family
learn some
encouraged
guns.
me
You
to
like shooting guns, right? Go for it.
My family encouraged me to join the military, and the military encouraged me not to.
Yeah.
Apparently, arrest workers are something they look at before they take you.
Well, of course. I spent most of my day yesterday, kind of prepping for the show. You guys can't tell, but we've prepped for it. No, I'm just kidding. We haven't. But I spent a lot of my time when I should have been prepping watching Stolen Valor videos.
Oh yeah.
God, they're so fucking good, man. And this one I was watching, it was they were I think they're in New Orleans, and like there's like a group of guys that are former Navy SEALs that basically go and check other people for stolen valor.
Right.
And there was this big old dude, and he had the whole Navy SEALs like emblem tattooed on his arm and shit. And he's all like, he talks to the camera, he's like, all right, we saw some guy up the street. He's saying he's a Navy SEAL. We're gonna go over there and see if he is one. So they went up to him. And he's just like, hey, you're a Navy SEAL. What's up, man? What class were you in? And he's all like, I was in 123. And he's like, what year did you graduate? He goes, 1989. He goes, that's funny, because I was in class 135 and I graduated in 1982. So how did you? And he's like, no, you got to look it up. Not a lot of people want to believe black people. And he goes, no. Like, who was your commanding officer? He goes, Captain Williams. And I'm like, what? Captain what? He's like, that's not how it goes. He goes, nope, you go look it up. I was in this. And they just like, they basically just call him out. And they're just like, fake SEAL here, fake SEAL. Like all these guys, like we're SEALs. We graduated in this class before you. How was your like? They just basically called him out on his lies. And this guy was just like, nope, look it up. I work at he kept saying this. I work at New Orleans Harley. You can go down there, and once you look it up, you can talk to me then. But he was just like, he was just so full of shit.
Right.
Military is huge, but like Navy SEALs is a smaller group, and there's lots of smaller groups. And if you say you're from a certain area or whatever, these people are gonna be able to know, and they can kind of call you bullshit, right? Like if I'm like Captain Williams or Corporal Jackson, like what? Like you kind of know some military
That's
heads.
the equivalent of just saying that you're in this MC.
Yeah, don't do
and
that.
you don't think that we don't talk.
Yeah, we're gonna know you from somewhere else or somewhere.
You don't have to have the same patch. We gonna know.
Oh, speaking of that, the guy that I'm talking about in the Stolen Valor video was wearing a MC cut. He kept saying, I don't want to tell you guys my information because I'm from an outlaw motorcycle club. I'm an outlaw motorcycle club. I can't talk to you because he goes, I'm a real guy. Dateline's coming to visit me tomorrow. You want to talk to him then? We can have things. I'm an outlaw motorcycle club. I can't do that. He's wearing a cut that says Hell's Lovers. Now, I don't know if maybe that's a East Coast or Southern MC or something. I've never heard of him.
It's not a Southern MC.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never heard of Hell's Lovers, bro. And he was by himself.
Hell's Lovers.
All right, come on, man. That's a.
I'm not going to talk too much shit because I haven't heard of.
Well, I know.
And I don't want.
He was definitely Stolen Valor. I don't know about his club, but Stolen Valor was real.
Until I do more research, I ain't saying shit about the Hell's Lovers, but I don't want to know what y'all's initiation is.
Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna love you to hell. We're gonna love the hell out of your ass.
That's my wedding vows.
Yeah, I will stay clear from the Hell's Lovers for sure. That is good for me. And you guys, go out and tell a veteran, thank you or something. Show a little respect on it, like that. You may not think it's necessary, but where would we be without them? It's hard to, you never know, man. We might also be speaking German right now. We don't fucking know. We might also be speaking Vietnamese.
All the messed up shit that's going on in politics, and people are out there protesting and trying to make change in various ways on both sides of the field. The reason we can do that shit, the reason we can fight and make the changes we want one way or another is because of the men and women who did serve in our military and who do serve in our military presently.
That's right.
Thank y'all for y'all service.
Yeah. It's thank you so much. We appreciate it,
But you gotta quit with telling a veteran Happy Memorial Day.
Nah, just say thank you.
Yes.
And then I'm happy about it, Well, I mean, we can make happy memories during it. That's fine. But the principle is, it's a more of a to show thanks and gratitude.
Memorial Day is to memorialize the people that did give their lives to protect our freedoms in some capacity.
Oh yeah.
The other holidays, though, we can fuck with them. Veterans Day and
Labor Day's for
4th of July.
Labor Day, that's for the Mexicans out there fucking
just
picking
so
our
you know,
fruit, baby. Labor away.
Going back though, I talked about how great it is to do jokes in London.
Mm-hmm.
I did one joke, only one joke that fell flat that everybody just unanimously hated. And I was in London on the 4th of July, and I started my set by saying Happy Independence Day. And they got salty.
Great movie. Great movie. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
freaking colonists.
Well, I mean, I think this was a pretty good 5150 for a first one.
Oh, hell yeah. And we're going to have some good ones come up.
Yeah, we're going to step our game up. Thank you who's watching there and watching there and over there. Thank you guys.
Can't see it. I think that one's still going on.
We're live on Twitch and all that stuff. We're going to be there more often. You'll see us on Tuesdays. We'll get our shit together more.
We'll get to the point to where we start on time. This will get to where we're good. But just to let you know, so next week we're doing it, and then I'm going to be doing the next two, I believe, remotely.
Okay, that's easy.
I'm going to be in camping on one Tuesday, and then I'm going to be headed to Cabo on another one.
Lucky fucker. Well, enjoy Mexico.
I always do.
All right, guys.
One more thing before we go. I just realized this today, and Buck can attest to this. When we were kids, younger, and when we were growing up, after we got our driver's license and stuff like that, young adults, we would take trips to Mexico because it's right there. The border's right there, and you can go down there to the right parts of Mexico with $100 and party like a king.
Yeah.
Now that I live in LA. And the cost of living so high, I get that same feeling when I go back to Texas.
Oh yeah, I feel like every time I travel outside of California, I'm like, I'm a king. Oh, you guys got $2 beers? Round for everybody. Fuck it. But anyways, this is 5150 Podcast. Thank you for enjoying the hour. Find us on all the social medias, Instagram, Facebooks. We're on Twitch too. All that
YouTube,
stuff.
and we're gonna get real good about posting on all the social medias and keep everybody in the loop. And if you haven't followed us yet, do it now.
Hell yeah! All right, guys. Thank you so much.